Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Thursday, September 26th, 2024. Of course, with Originator Success here with the Daily Mortgage Rate Update, coming to you from the Great Smoky Mountains, where it is very smoky, very wet, very rainy. Smoky Mountains are a temperate rainforest, made even more so with all that weather coming in from the hurricane. I didn't think we were getting that yet, but apparently got a lot of water coming in already. It's been a rainy couple of days. So anyway, remember, you can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, where I broadcast you on Facebook and YouTube. This is a live show where it's fun to have you here, where you can participate, interact, and be a part of the whole crowd. If you're here this morning, say good morning, and I'll be sure to acknowledge you in a moment. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget to give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Go ahead and fast forward through all the other stuff. But whether you're here live or on the replay, don't forget to smash that like button, tag an LO friend, make some comments, interact, share this post in a group. Also, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Make sure you give a thumbs up, and make sure you do give a comment. Put that hashtag replay in at least, or something similar. Remember, you can go ahead and sign up for our free email lock advice. I send out an email each and every weekday morning, www.ratelockadvice.com, or use this cool QR code over here, and you can go ahead and get signed up for that. Also, you can sign up for our text alerts. We send out a morning text and afternoon text, and if there's a risk of reprices, we'll send you out an alert and warn you. Check those out at ratetextalerts.com, or use this QR code over here. If you would rather just have a reminder every morning that I'm going live, we'll send you a text message for free. You can get that one, hmmr.io/reminder. And last but not least, don't forget to check us out at originatorssuccess.com. Although I love talking about rates and pricing, what we really do here is help you to get loans from Google and social media. Go check us out there. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and see who we've got here this morning, and let's say hi to the live folks. First one on this morning is Mr. Mark Clark, who said he's getting his boat ready for the storm. Yeah, apparently, well wishes go to all my friends down in Florida. The storm surge is going to be the big deal. It's all the extra water coming in that's going to be a problem. Good morning, Mr. Ron Siegel. Great to have you here. National Pancake Day. All right, I can get behind that. Let's do a question of the day on that one. I haven't done one in a while. So, question of the day: what is your favorite kind of pancake? I like banana nut. What's your favorite kind of pancake? Do you like those chocolate chip pancakes? I'm a banana nut pancake guy. I don't eat pancakes often, but if I do, banana nut would be the way I go. What about you? Let me know in the comments. What's your favorite kind of pancake? Ms. Monica Dinkins, good morning and happy daughter day. You have a beautiful daughter. I know we kind of always go right to the looks, right? I hope she's smart, but I don't know her. But knowing you, I'll bet you she's really smart too. So I hope you have an amazing daughter. I have an amazing daughter. Today is National Daughter Day. Not that I need any of that crap to tell me I love my daughter, but I have an amazing daughter, and I bet you do too. Who else has an amazing daughter? Let me know in the comments if y'all have an amazing daughter. Monica Smith, Monique. What am I? Monique Smith. You're under Monica Dinkins. That's why. Monique, good morning. Mike Tebow, great to have you here, sir. Yasmin Martin, good morning. Deb Dickinson, good morning. Mike Brown, great to see you here. Sean Segaloff, good morning. Austin Smith, great to have you here. Kenny Rivard, Randy Tico, giddy up, sir. Yeehaw. Ivan Lands, Ivan, I hope you're doing well. Hope your health is well. Great to see you, sir. Great to have you here, my friend. Allison Foy, good morning. Amy Blauser, good morning. Megan Lindberg, great to see you. Ivan said, please send a lower rates alert. I would love to, man. It's getting a little better today. We'll talk about that in a minute. Monique said, stay safe, Mark, and she's a monster. I assume you mean the hurricane. Jeremy Lowe, ready for some great news. Monica, all good. You're in Miami. Just had some pancakes for breakfast, Allison Foy. Are you still in Sapphire, Allison? Sean Segaloff, bacon, but that's my answer to anything. Bacon with pancakes, dude. Bacon with pancakes. Monique said pancakes with fresh blueberries. Blueberries are good. Angela's a plain old pancake girl. Jack is going with chocolate chip. Thomas Sloan, good morning. Mallory Fodiatis, Monica Dinkins, I like cinnamon pancakes. Cinnamon's good. Maple syrup directly from Canada. Yeah, I don't want that high fructose corn syrup crap on my pancakes. True maple syrup. I am with you on that. I'll pay the extra few bucks. Good morning, Jay Rodriguez over on YouTube. Crepes over pancakes. Aren't crepes just really thin pancakes? Isn't it, like, what's the difference? But okay, I give it to you. So again, is an everyday national daughter. Who has amazing daughters? Let me know in the comments if you have amazing daughters. Elson said you're in Atlanta, supposed to go back Friday, see what the storm does. Yeah, Friday it's gonna be really rainy here in the mountains. So all right, let's get into the other stuff, y'all, and talk about what we got going on. Again, if you've got an amazing daughter, tell us about that daughter here today. And I have an amazing daughter. So right now, mortgage-backed securities are up a whopping 2 basis points to start the day. Let me see if I could zoom in on this a little bit. Here we go. So take a look here. I want to show you guys this pattern. Let's do a 5-day so we can kind of get an idea. So taking a look here, everything behind this line here is today. How do I get rid of my head? Oh no, there it is, full screen. Okay. So everything right here, this is today. Everything behind this dotted line. This was yesterday, which I'm going to do a recap on in a minute. This was, of course, Tuesday, and then this is Monday, and this was Friday, right? So from Friday, we kind of spiked around. Monday, we lost a little bit of ground. Tuesday, we kind of brought it back. Wednesday, yesterday was a bear of a day. It really was ugly. But rate sheets weren't all that huge of a difference. So as of yesterday, mortgage bonds worsened through the day. Let me make this a little smaller so it's above the, hold on. There we go. So it's above. Okay. So taking a look here, mortgage bonds worsened through the day. See it here. It's one of those rare times. What we have been seeing is we start low and they improve, right? We saw that here, started low, improved, kind of came down, but still was all right on the day. Started low, improved on the day. Yesterday, lost ground and kept kind of drifting lower. There were a few late day reprices worse. They came out really, really at the end of the day. Most lenders didn't reprice worse. So this morning, you're going to see rate sheets that are a little bit worse. A couple of things that did catch my eye here, though, that we don't like. Take a look here. I'm going to put it on the 1 month so we can kind of see it clear. Here's the candlestick for yesterday. So this green candlestick that you see right here, let me make this get big. There you go. So this green candlestick, we started the day higher, but it came down and ended the day lower. That's why it's green. This is yield. So green means it went down, and it was below this 25-day moving average blue line right here. Yesterday, we ended the day slightly worse on the day, and we were above that 25-day moving average. And technically, once you close above it, we want to see a confirmation, but that would then act as a resistance level, and we could see we could see the 10-year treasury yield push up, and before we see more support, it's going to be around 3.88. So that would be close to 10 basis points higher than what it is now. That it could continue to push up and get worse. We're hoping to see it break back below that 25-day moving average is at 3.75. Right now we're at 3.79, and instead it's gone the wrong way. It's gone up. So we started kind of right about here, opened the day this morning at 3.76, which was not too far above that 3.75, but it's gotten worse, not better. So we're watching this closely because this could signal where we're going to be. But it's only for a week, because the reason I say that that's only for a week is because, hold on, I'm going to, there you go. The reason that I say it would only be for a week is because next week we're going to get the BLS jobs data. So tomorrow, or actually here, we'll stick with this one. Rate sheets today are going to lose some ground from yesterday, but not too much. I mean, when looking at Mortgage News Daily, if anyone wants to tell me this is inaccurate, I'd love to hear it. But otherwise, I think it's pretty much, consistent, right? The worst we were at was 6.20. Yesterday was 6.19. This morning, as long as we can hold a little bit of gains, like right now we're down 4 basis points. So that we don't want to see, right? We don't want to see us being down. But if we can hold that level, then we should be okay. And it shouldn't be too much. Bonds started with some nice gains early this morning, and then they kind of washed away. We got some strong data this morning. So what did we get? We got gross domestic product came in, not showing any real weakness in the market for the second. Now that's the initial reading with excuse me, with GDP readings, we're going to get the initial, then we get the we're going to get the revised, and then we get the final. So you get three readings over the next couple of months as we get that GDP data that comes in. But the GDP data was pretty good. The durable goods came in flat. They were expected to go down. Durable goods are things that are expected to last at least 3 years. These are just economic reports. Also, the jobless claims was a bit of a kick in the ass this morning. Jobless claims came in 218,000. It's another low. And jobless claims, even though other economic data is showing, labor market weakness, the number of people applying for unemployment isn't really spiking. So what that's showing is that the labor market's not growing. We're not seeing new jobs, but we're also not seeing. Let me get something for my cough. Hold on. Don't worry. It's not that kind of a day. We're not cracking a cold one. This is a bubbly. We got a bubbly here. Hold on. I have a tickle in my throat. Let me get rid of this. Give me a minute. Oh, that's better. Okay. So anyway, it's not a huge difference, but it is. We were picking some up. The jobless claims, we get a lot stronger of a reaction than than we should these days to that data. It's pretty crazy. But I mean, you can see it pretty clearly here this morning. We were up on the day, mortgage bonds to start the day, and then they just spiked straight down. That was at 8:30 when the GDP data, durable goods, jobless claims, it all came out at the same time. So that's there. But we've seen, you'll notice that we've seen a nice recovery here in bonds. And then, of course, we're at the moment we're down, but we're seeing a recovery, which is a good sign. I think reprice risk on the day is low. Like I said, bonds rebounded after the initial reaction, after this spike down. But they look like they want to improve on the day. Doesn't look like, again, we're not seeing rates that are moving significantly higher. I know everybody is very sensitive to any negative to pricing. Losing a half point in pricing feels like a really big deal. But is it really? I mean, normally, is it, you're going to see this movement. And excuse me, now I drank the seltzer and now I burp, right? So, but anyway, the outlook, rates are stubbornly holding steady. They're slightly worse than where we were when we use the, again, Mortgage News Daily, right before the Fed meeting, 6.11. I mean, we're at 6.19. It's not like rates went up a half a point or even a quarter point or even an eighth. We've just seen movements in pricing. So some people are like, oh, see, Hammer, you were wrong. Okay, I was wrong. This is just bond drift. We didn't see improvement I was hoping to see after the Fed meeting, but we will see rates go down. They are going to go down. Rates will creep lower again, not if, but when. And it may take until next week's, jobs data. We're going to get JOLTS next week. We'll get some, jobless claims again, which seems to be having more of an effect than there. And yeah, I'm with Mike. Mike said it's really weird rates haven't come down with a half a point cut. And arguably, people would say, well, when the Fed cuts rates, that spurs inflation. And that's why when the Fed cuts, mortgage rates go up. That's conventional thinking for different things, but it's not really what's applicable to today's environment, because expect that we're not going to see inflation go up. We're going to continue to see inflation go down. The Fed is pulling back from a much higher than should be Fed funds rate to move towards a neutral Fed funds rate. The Fed isn't cutting rates to spur the economy, so that's the difference here, and keep that up. Lisa, you do have a daughter, an amazing daughter, I hear. Nicole has 2 boys. We'll get you on the boys' day. I've got one of those too. Mike said one commentator on CNBC stated we're in a recession. I'll tell you, anybody can argue anything. The technical definition of a recession, according to what we most conventionally use, would be 2 negative quarters of GDP, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that are feeling the pinch for sure. Mark, enjoy your sweet pea daughter. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely some people that would say all that and could see that, but I don't think there's too much that we have to worry about here. Again, tomorrow we're going to get PCE inflation data. I don't think we'll see a big move from it, but maybe it'll give us a few basis points back. Again, we're majoring in the minors right now. I mean, any kind of movement that we see, being down 6 basis points feels like the world of hurt, even though it's really not. But TJ said strategically using Google social media is definitely a game changer for LOs. Absolutely. Ron said we need you and your team to do more production work in media. You report all the times you were spot on. You ignore the times you missed it. Yeah, I need to do more of that. There's a lot of people that do that. I just throw it out there. I mean, I don't know. I've certainly had my share that I know what the taste of crow tastes like. You got to eat crow once in a while, but not loving what's going on here with the 10-year treasury yield, y'all. Not loving this. My hope of seeing a rebound is pushed out. If we didn't have that jobs data coming up next week, I probably would be throwing in the towel on some of this. But next week being JOLTS data, the ADP report to a very small extent in the BLS jobs data. If we get a negative jobs data, but look at what the markets are pricing in already. They're pricing in another 0.5 point cut for November. Right now it's 60-40, and that's where it's been for the last couple of days, 60-40. So markets are pricing it in. I would have hoped to have seen a better rate improvement. I figured we'd see more of a rebound when the dust settled. We just kind of haven't seen it. But again, I stand by my statement. We're not seeing rates jump up. I know that any worse pricing is worse pricing, but even this week, when did this week start? The 23rd. We were at 6.2, 6.18, 6.19. Even if we're down a little bit today, so, how much is it really? If there's any accuracy to this, so it's worse than the Fed meeting, and those people that locked ahead of the Fed meeting, they get to look like geniuses. I wouldn't have locked going into the Fed meeting, though. I would have locked during the Fed meeting. I agree with you, Siegel. Siegel's singing my song here. He said, if you take a stand, you get to eat crow once in a while. However, it hurts to sit on the fence. Yeah, I don't try to play both sides of it. Again, any loans I have, anything's closing later in October, I'm floating. We want to see what the jobs data brings next week. That's the main thing to remember. And that's what's really different than, that's the one thing that you've got to kind of focus on is that we're going to have all of that jobs data next week. And then on I think it's 10th, I'll double check. The following week, we get another CPI report. We haven't seen big movements from those, but they should at least push things back in the right direction and kind of spur bonds to improve a little bit. But this is where we're at. You just got to run with it. So, all right, my friends. Well, thank you again for joining me. I will see you tomorrow. We'll talk about the PC inflation data tomorrow. We'll hopefully keep our fingers crossed that we get some improvement. I think we're going to see a little bit. Right now, we're down 4 basis points on the day. I think we'll end the day in positive territory for mortgage-backed securities. The 10-year does not look like it's going to get back down to 3.75, though. It's up at 3.79 right now. Without some help today, we're not going to see it. So, Mike said most LOs are floating. They have no loans. That could definitely be the case, but refis were up 175% over last year. Of course, there were no refis last year, so it's easy to be up 175% with refi apps. But they were up 20% on the week. If you're smart, you're out there and you are talking to your clients, seeing if it makes sense for them. But that's one positive out of this when rates kind of hold steady is we're not seeing rates continue to creep down where everyone's going to sit on the fence going, I want to wait, I want to wait, I want to wait. It's kind of easier to say, hey, you see this, we don't know what rates are going to go down. It's going to be a while before they go down significantly. Why don't you see if it makes sense, take some savings now, and we'll look at it again in a year, but save money for a year and then we'll go from there. So, keep that in mind. So, all right, my friends, I'll see you guys tomorrow.